Today, we're unpacking a color that, well, it's fascinated humanity for millennia. We're talking about purple, a hue tied to power, mystery, and maybe surprisingly, a pretty pungent history.
Yeah, our mission today is really to trace purple's journey, how it went from this super exclusive, almost divine symbol in ancient times
Right.
to the versatile color we see everywhere now. It's quite a story full of shifts in meaning.
Absolutely. And get ready, because there are some truly wild facts in here, unexpected turns. So, okay, let's unpack this first bit. For ages, purple wasn't just another color, it was like the ultimate luxury, almost mythical. What made it so incredibly rare, so desirable?
Well, the answer really lies with something called Tyrian purple. It was painstakingly extracted from these specific murex snails, tiny snails found in the Mediterranean. And the Phoenicians, they were the absolute masters of this. I mean, it was an incredibly complex process, and their name even got linked to the color itself.
It took thousands, literally thousands of these snails for just 1 ounce of dye. It kind of boggles the mind. Plus, the production was apparently long and very smelly. I mean, so smelly they had to put the dye sites downwind of towns.
Right.
And get this, the Jewish Talmud even gave women the right to divorce a husband if he decided to become a dyer after they got married. Can you even imagine?
It's pretty striking, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you see how that extreme difficulty directly led to it being called purple gold. A pound of wool, already dyed purple, was worth the same as a pound of actual gold. And to put it in perspective, back in the first century Rome, a pound of the dye cost about half a Roman soldier's entire annual salary.
Half a salary?
Yeah, think like the cost of a pretty serious diamond engagement ring today, just for some pigment. And that that incredible cost basically fueled the whole Phoenician trading empire.
Okay, so given that insane cost and effort, it's maybe not surprising then how this rarity just cemented purple's link with power, with status.
Precisely. You see, in the Roman Empire, they had sumptuary laws, rules strictly limiting who could wear it. It was an instant signifier of rank.
Right, only the elite.
But then in the Byzantine Empire, it went even further. Emperors were called porphyrogenitos. It means born to the purple.
Born to the purple.
Yeah, it was a literal title for those born in a special purple chamber that was lined with this imperial porphyry stone. It was like a birthright, defined by color.
And it wasn't just a Western thing either. You look at cultures like ancient China, they had the purple forbidden city linked to their celestial emperor. And even Mesoamerican civilizations used purple for their nobility. They all independently landed on similar high status meanings. It really suggests something fundamental about how we see rarity, doesn't it? Difficulty equals value equals authority.
It does. And that kind of raises an interesting point. How can one color hold meanings that seem, well, almost contradictory sometimes? Spiritually, I mean.
How so?
Well, in Christianity, it stands for both the solemnity of Lent, penance, but also the royalty of Christ.
Ah, okay.
Then in Hinduism, it's linked to the Sahasrara, the crown chakra, symbolizing enlightenment, connection to the divine. And in Buddhism, you have the purple lotus representing purity emerging from hardship.
So divinity, royalty, penance, enlightenment, all in one color.
Yeah, and I think its natural scarcity, that difficulty we talked about, plays a big part in why it got tied so widely to the divine, the sacred, the stuff beyond the ordinary.
Okay, so that's the ancient world. How did we get from purple gold reserved for emperors to, today, where pretty much anyone can wear purple?
Right, so the big turning point, the real game changer, happens in 1856. A young chemist named William Henry Perkin. He was trying to synthesize quinine, but instead he accidentally created mauveine, the first synthetic purple dye. And it came from coal tar, of all things. Suddenly purple was affordable.
And didn't that cause a huge stir? I remember reading about a mauve mania sweeping Europe after Queen Victoria wore a mauveine-dyed dress.
But, while this democratization was great for creativity and it also brought new problems, the industrial production of these synthetic dyes created significant environmental issues, chemical waste, health concerns too. It wasn't all rosy or
unintended consequences. So today, purple is just incredibly versatile. You've got the Purple Heart for courage. It was a key color for the women's suffrage movement. And in branding, gosh, it signals everything from creativity, like Adobe, to that sort of accessible luxury feel like Cadbury chocolate.
It really does. But it's interesting, even now, its meaning isn't totally fixed. In some European and Asian cultures, it's still associated with mourning, so it retains these complex layers. So when you look back from that ancient, incredibly laborious process with snail slime,
right, the smelly snails,
to this accidental chemical breakthrough in the 19th century, Purple's journey really shows how a material, a color, can both shape and reflect human society. It adapts, picks up new meanings, and especially as its availability changes.
So maybe the next time you see purple, whether it's on a royal robe in a museum or just a t-shirt, it's worth asking yourself, how much of its meaning feels inherent and how much is really down to how hard or easy it was for us to actually make it?
That's a great question. A color's power, its symbolism, it really does shift with accessibility. And purple, it's just a vivid, sometimes smelly, but always fascinating testament to that.